I am literally stealing his childhood away from him. In fact, I know as a community we are stealing his childhood away from him.
For Delhi's children, pollution isn't just bad air, it's a daily battle they never signed up for. A battle that threatens their very childhood and their growing years. Breathing in Delhi is like smoking when you're only 6. Namrata's son has undergone multiple eye surgeries in the recent time and has to wear glasses to avoid further damage to his eye.
My son was a premature baby and an IUGR baby. That's an intrauterine growth restriction baby. So he's born in his 8th month and severely underweight. And now there is enough data and literature, scientific literature, that talks about the direct correlation between pollution and IUGR babies. So yes, he's had 4 surgeries in the last 7 years of his life, 4 eye surgeries. And as a parent during COVID, I was very fortunate to be able to bubble wrap him. But he's a school-going child. He's a young child. He's an active child, and he doesn't know a life without a life with a mask on. My son currently, his eyes are perpetually watering. I make him wear zero par specs to step out of the house as some sort of protection against against the dust. He has a perpetual cold and cough. I know for a fact that if he's not had a good night's rest because he's not been able to sleep, it's not because I haven't gotten to bed on time. It's because he's not been able to breathe properly, even though he sleeps in a room which has 2 air purifiers on.
Sonam's son, barely 6, has constantly been on nebulizers. He needs to use inhalers at least twice a day.
Now my son is 5.5 years old. 3 years back, he started with persistent cough and wheezing. Initially, we gave him anti-allergies, slowly moved to nebulizers, and then finally steroids with mask and spacers because kids at this age can't take steroids directly. Uh, Now he's been on steroids for past 2 years regularly, and his cough increases a lot during this high AQI days, and we literally have to move out of the city for 2 weeks to settle down his cough every year during high AQI days. And not only these days, but throughout the year also, his cough sustains because of this high dust in Gurgaon everywhere and the construction activities going on. We have 5 air purifiers in our house, which is on throughout the day across like full 12 months.
Namrata and Sonam are worried that they are stealing their son's childhood, but they see no other option.
That he has a relatively paranoid mother who's perpetually telling him what the air can do to him. I am literally stealing his childhood away from him. In fact, I know as a community we are stealing his childhood away from him. The only time I allow my child to step outside is when he goes to school, and I have to constantly look for indoor spaces because he's a 7-year-old boy, so you can imagine how naughty and active he is. So I have to look for spaces that are indoor.
I mean, what is the childhood for these children? They can't go out and play. My son is trapped inside the house on a very high AQI days. 2 weeks he didn't go to school. Then the hybrid model started. And hybrid model for this age is very difficult, where you can't make them sit in front of laptop or tablet. And so I have to literally monitor every morning what is the AQI today, when is the AQI low, when can I send him down. And the kids at this age are very energetic, so you have to like give them something to do. So it's very difficult. It's very difficult for parents. It's very difficult for children for their development socially, emotionally, and overall.
Delhi's AQI has been clocking dangerous levels since Diwali. Despite some improvement over the past few days, it still remains hazardous for its residents.
सरकार की जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि वे कुछ करें। छोटे छोटे बच्चे धमा वाले मर रहे हैं, बुजुर्ग लोग मैं जैसी बहुत सारे हैं, उनके लिए भी मुश्किल है।
Doctors have warned against the severe health hazards of Delhi's toxic air on children.
As far as the problems, health effects are concerned, again now it can affect every part of the body. It goes without doubt that environmental pollution will affect every organ of the body. It can affect any age, right? In fact, even before birth, it can start harming the child even before birth, right up to the end of life. And again, there is, I think, substantial evidence, not direct, but there is evidence that it definitely reduces the lifespan, poor air quality, because of various diseases.
The children of the National Capital Region are forced to sacrifice their childhood in exchange for mere survival.